Well, here's the next project. Nothing big, just an oil service on the 2012 Lamborghini Gallardo. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Take it for a little spin, put it on the rack over here so we can do an oil change on it. Get it all drained tonight. Back together, take the under trays back off. So I'll try to get this out of the way before anything else comes in. So we're going to get this going. All right. Let's get this thing started. We're sitting at 18,175. Let's sit here and warm up before we move it out. Taking it out for a little spin here. Let's get the oil all warmed up. All right, so we've got the Lamborghini on the lift now. We're going to go ahead and raise it up and take the under tray off and get the oil to draining. All right, so we've got it up in the air. I'm going to take the under trays off. Really not going to go through this really in depth because I've got oil services on this, how to do this job. I may have it on there twice on my channel. So not really going to show you a lot, but I'm just kind of keeping this for a record for my own personal needs and just to show everybody. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take the trays off right now. The forward one here and the aft one, we're going to take it off because we're going to have to get all these 7 drain plugs removed, and the oil radiator or heat exchanger, you want to call that, over on the side. That's got to be drained on the driver's side. That's back in this area right here. So we need to get access to that too. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Remove all these torque screws here. And then there's some on the inside here that are hidden. And there's some in the wheel well. So all those have to come out. So that's going to take a few minutes. And then we'll see what happens. So we've got the forward under tray removed right there. Pretty simple. All the screws are pretty much the same all the way through that, except there is a smaller screw. I believe it's right here on each side. This is a different screw. For some reason they use a smaller headed screw right here, and it's going to be the same on each side. All right. Yeah, like this one right here. For some reason, it's a different size. But the other ones are all the same length and that. So you can see here, motor's pretty clean. Like I said, this is a, let's zoom out here. This is a 2012 LP550. It has about 18,000 miles on it. Very clean motor, very clean car throughout. So I usually, like I said, I take care of my stuff, all the Ferraris and stuff I've had in the past. And I maintain this. It really doesn't get driven out in the weather and everything. As you can see, I keep it pretty clean and no leaks. So we're going to go ahead and take that rear tray off there and see what's underneath there and start draining these plugs. All right, I've got almost all the screws out except this one here. Just kind of want to make a note on this. The two center ones here, this one here and this one here are shorter, okay? So this is the back forward one, and then this is the back one, back center. So this one here goes right here, and then this other short one goes on this metal strip right here, all right? And then the rest are all the same length. They're all the same length throughout. So you can intermix these all you want. Doesn't matter where they go, except for those ones I just showed you earlier also. So we're going to go ahead and take this last screw out and take this tray off. There's a couple hidden ones over here. Also, there's one back here and one on the side. Same on the other side. So make sure you make a note of that and don't tug on that, because this piece is just like plastic, so it won't take much abuse and it'll crack. So I've got the rear tray off now. I'll clean those up before I put them back on. So let's take a look to see if I have any leaks. Hopefully not. So it looks pretty dry back here. Here's your F1 pump accumulator right here. Looks like I got a little bit of a buildup there, but I don't see an active leak. So I could probably clean that up and just keep watching that area. I don't see any leaks on the transmission at all. Everything's pretty dry. Your starter's pretty dry there. CV joint boots look pretty good over there. They're nice and dry, not torn. I mean, especially with this low mileage, it better not be torn, but I mean, it could happen. So, yeah, all looks pretty good underneath here. I don't see any issues with anything. I don't see any leaks on the block. So, here's your power steering pump, I believe, is right there. Like I said, starter. Accumulator here for your transmission. And that whole mechanism is right above us right there. So all that looks good. There's the alternator. So anyway, we're going to start taking these plugs out and draining this system. Like I said, we're going to take that silver plug out right there. This has got to come out right there. That's one of the drains, and it's kind of a pain because it kind of wants to get on that body panel there, and then if you let it drip on it, then you got dripping out of there, and it's not very good. So all the coolant lines look good. I don't see any leaks there. Everything looks, like I said, dry, nice and clean. Belt I just changed recently. So that was all, I think, done last year. So that all looks good. So anyway, we're going to start taking these plugs out and drain them one by one. There's 7 of them, so. All right. The thing I am going to do before I start draining the oil is I'm going to pop this cap here so it can allow it to breathe. I'm going to pull the dipstick out just a little bit too. And then when I start draining the oil, it allows the oil flow a little bit better. So I'm going to let that sit like that so where it can breathe, drain better. Like I said, our oil filter's down there, but I'll leave that in for right now. I'm going to do everything below. Like I said, lift this back up. All right, so we've already drained all our oil and everything, put the plugs back in, did the torques. Like I said, I do have a video that I show all the torques and everything, where all the plugs are, but I will show you right now where all the plugs are. So you got one here, 2, one up here, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 is right here. So that's 7 plugs. Make sure you put them all back in with new crush washers and everything, and the Torx. Okay, like I said, I have another video. I'll try to put the link in the description of it, and it actually does the complete oil change video with the Torx and everything, locations and that. So we'll, like I said, I'll put it in the description, the link to it. So right now, since I've got all this done, technically I could throw the covers back on down here, because this I'm finished. Oil filter and everything else is from on the top side. So what I might end up doing, since I got the car up, I'm going to go ahead and put these under trays back on and then be finished down here. All right, we've got the under trays reinstalled now. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and lower the car, remove the filter, and service it with oil. So you got the cap off here. Here's your dipstick. So now all I gotta do now is pull that cap off, which is like 1.25 inches. I don't know what the metric equivalent is or offhand. And then we'll pop that out, put the new filter in, and reinstall it. All right, so I've got the filter loose now. I'm gonna pull it out slowly here. Try not to make a mess. Up. Which I did. I dripped a bunch of oil down there. But I'm going to pull that out. Check this out. Make sure there's no metal or anything in there. I'll take a look at it here in a second. Put your filter in. Put oil on the O-ring. And then torque to 25 Newton meters. So don't forget to oil the O-ring. And there's a little one on the end I didn't show you. And it fits in that little hole. Make sure that gets inserted in the hole. You should be able to feel it when you're turning it real slow. It has like a little stop in there. So once it hits that, it should screw down. If you feel like a lot of force, pull it out. Make sure it's in there correctly. But that's torqued to 25 Newton meters. And now we're going to go ahead and start putting some oil in it. So we're going to use this Castrol, I believe 5W30 in there. So we're going to use the Castrol Edge 5W30 right here. So anyway, right, so we've got it running. We check your oil filter. It's good. Make sure your cap's secure. No leaks on the bottom. So this probably completes the oil change. I also want to show you something else here. When you're servicing the oil and you're checking it, this is kind of confusing, but you have two areas in your dipstick here. It says right here, check the oil level again. Engine oil level in the do not fill section. Do not top up the oil. If the oil level is in the fill section, you top it up. Okay, so you want it in the do not fill section. All right. So anyway, just to clear that up. All right, it's got some warnings down here. This is from this Lamborghini service manual. So anyway, I just want to show you that. Other than that, that completes the oil change on the 2012 LP550. So stay tuned. Catch us next time, and please subscribe.